Before we begin, shout outs to the people that follow me on Reflecting with Chris Jones. That's my new Instagram, dedicated to this YouTube channel. And like I said, I'm gonna go through my DMs and I'm gonna pick topics to make for you guys. Shout outs to Rod Renfro. I hope I pronounced your name right, man. Long-time supporter, by the way. Rod Renfro, what's up, bro? On your Reflecting with Chris video, can you talk about the R. Kelly sentencing? So here we are, guys. Again, fam, be sure to follow me on this page. And if there's any topics you want me to cover, feel free to send me a DM. If it's a certain video or article, be sure to put the link in the DM as well. And thank you guys so much for your support. I'm pretty sure most of y'all already know who the fuck R. Kelly is. Now, fun fact, guys. I know the last video we talked about The Rock. And I was saying, you shouldn't idolize anybody. But let me tell you this. I'm one of the biggest R&B fans. And I'm one of the biggest fans of R. Kelly's music. I actually named my product, which is the pre-workout. You can get this product at TigerFitness.com right now. It's a 4th of July sale. Go to TigerFitness.com. If you work out, you can get this product 15% off. Pump and Grind pre-workout, man. One of R. Kelly's hottest songs was called Bump and Grind. This product is called Pump and Grind. It lets you know how much I'm a fan of this man's music. I don't see nothing wrong with a little pump and grind. Like I said, I don't idolize anybody, but there are people that I admire. There are people that had a huge impact on my timeline. I had a lot of sex to R. Kelly's music. Just like a lot of Ronnie Coleman's workout videos stimulated me and inspired me to go kill it in the gym. You know, there are several people that I'm not gonna name right now that have had a direct effect on my timeline. Which is why the power of influence is huge. The power of influence is huge. It's a spiritual power, guys. You know, this is why they tell you in these books about idol worship. Idol worship is huge, and it's a power, and you gotta be careful about idolizing people, because when you practice idol worship, situations like R. Kelly and others, people will get away with shit for years that they should not be getting away with because of the power of influence and the power of idol worship. It is what it is. When people are idolized and worshipped, they get away with shit that they have no business getting away with. You know, the funny thing about the R. Kelly story is, the old saying goes, when somebody shows you who they are, you fucking believe them. R. Kelly already showed us who the fuck he was a long time ago. I know a lot of us remember the Aaliyah situation, where he married Aaliyah. She was only 15 years old and he was 27 years old. We let that shit slide. Apparently we let that shit slide. A lot of people, myself included, chose to overlook that. That shit was documented. How much more proof do you need? He also had a song he produced with her called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. So you have this Age Ain't Nothing But a Number song. He tried to marry the girl. We already had the facts. And if you look, do a little digging, I'll show a little clip on the screen. They did an interview together wearing matching outfits. What the fuck is this grown ass man doing wearing matching outfits with this little girl? Again, 3 clues that a lot of people overlooked. Why? The power of influence is fucking huge. Okay? Idol worship is a very real thing. People think idol worship is getting down on your knees like, R. Kelly, take me, Master R. Kelly. Idol worship is simply idolizing somebody so highly, putting somebody on a pedestal so high that in your eyes, they can't do no wrong, and that's very dangerous. Years later, the sex tape come out, and I remember this sex tape. I was in high school at the time. You know, this is back when You know, bootleg tapes were really popular. There was a lot of bootleg tapes floating around with this shit. You can watch this shit on a lot of piracy websites. You know, this shit was floating around like crazy. You know, the universe gave us, for some reason, the universe wanted us to do something about this shit a long time ago, but the people would not do anything about it. You know, the universe been throwing us breadcrumbs like, hey, look at him, get him. But again, he making this beautiful music, 12 play. What people fail to realize is sound is very powerful. You know, sound is very powerful. Our reality is literally made of frequency, energy, and vibration. So sound, which also creates vibration, that also creates waves that has frequency attached, is very powerful, which is why music is a very powerful thing. Notice R. Kelly is not just a person who can sing. He's a creator. That's like a godlike power. Again, sound, energy, frequency, and vibration is literally what our reality is made of. So when you have the power to create, that's a godlike power. Not God with a capital G, lowercase g. This guy can go into a room with absolutely no sound, put together lyrics, put together a beat, you know, create a beat, get in the studio, sing the shit himself. He can literally create. And we all know music is very powerful. Okay, we're mostly made of water, which is why when we hear music and it hits our eardrums, and then our brain, you know, catches on to the rhythm, it affects your internal vibration, which is why when you hear a good song, you bob your head, you know, you bob your head, it makes you want to dance. It's a hypnotizing, spell-like effect. Music is very powerful, and this man had a God-given talent. But he also had some fucking demons. And again, the universe constantly tried to let you know about this man's demons. He had a fucking problem. Okay? So again, we saw the sex tape. The universe was constantly trying to warn us about this man. And then eventually he goes to court, you know, for the child porn stuff. He beats the case because apparently the girl that was on the tape and the father both denied that it was her on the tape. No victim, no crime, point blank period. Again, the universe been trying to warn us about this man, but due to that power of influence, that idol worship, and of course money, he was able to get away with it for a very long time. Notice the shit didn't really become a problem until the Surviving R. Kelly documentary series came out. And notice that series did not come out until his career started to die down. You know, because that power of influence, protection, that invisible code of protection is not as strong anymore. His career started to die down a little bit. And as you see, this man just got 30 years. 30 fucking years. But regardless of all that shit, this should be a cautionary tale for a lot of us. You know, that power of influence is a very powerful thing. It's a very real thing. And we need to start holding people accountable from the jump. Or else, people will go on for years and years. The power of influence, idol worship is a very real thing. And keep your eyes open, because at the end of the day, R. Kelly ain't the only person out here abusing their power. Now, everybody ain't out here taking advantage of little girls and pissing on little girls, but in some way, shape, or form, there are people with a high level of influence. There are people that literally have a lot of people idol worshiping them, and they use that to their advantage, and they abuse their power. Just like I said about The Rock in that last video. He used his power to play the politics game. Some people use their power to promote scams. Notice a lot of celebrities were promoting cryptocurrencies that had little to no value. They use their platforms, they use their influence to low-key promote pump and dumps, promoting low-key scams. to their audience to fill their pockets. Why? Because they know they have a lot of gullible fans, a lot of gullible followers that they can capitalize on with the power of their influence. Again, everybody ain't out here taking advantage of little girls and pissing on little girls and shit like that, but there are people out here that have high level of influence, that have people that literally idolize them, and they are abusing their power. Keep your eyes open, especially your eye, that mind's eye, that third eye. Keep your eye open, because the sharks gotta eat too. Just like they say, as above, so below. Well, you gotta get to the below. Just like they got sharks in the ocean, they got sharks here. You know, if they got that TV show called Shark Tank, there are sharks here too, and they hungry, and they got to eat, baby. They gotta eat. I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like my shit, comment, subscribe, and holler back at your boy.